worry, Dewey. Here I come.
Haha, I was just joking. I'm okay, Ollie. Help!
Don't worry, Dewey. I'll save you.
Haha, fooled you.
Dewey, come over here, and I'll tell you a little story. It's about a little shepherd boy named Bob. And he was just about your age, Dewey. There was a little boy who watched the sheep. There was a little boy who watched the sheep. The little boy,
My name is Bob.
guarding the flock was his job, so the wolf wouldn't rob the farmer's sheep. He thought it would be fun to play a trick. He thought it would be fun to play a trick. He thought it would be fun to fool everyone and make the farmer run just for a trick. He shouted down the hill,
There's a wolf, come quick.
he shouted down the hill.
There's a wolf, come quick.
But when the farmer came, he could see it was a game. It was very plain to see there was no wolf.
No wolf.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
Because if you tell a lie, I won't believe you by and by. So never cry wolf again.
No, sir.
But later on the boy did it again.
Wolf, wolf.
Later on the boy did it again.
Wolf, wolf.
But when the farmer came, he could see it was the same. It was very plain there was no wolf.
No wolf.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
Little boy, don't you play that trick again.
Yes, sir.
It's not very nice to have to tell you twice. So never, never cry wolf again.
No, sir.
But then a real wolf came along.
Oh, no.
But then a real wolf came along.
Oh, no.
The wolf began to creep in among the little sheep, and the boy began to weep.
It's a wolf. Oh, no.
He shouted down the hill.
There's a wolf, come quick.
He shouted down the hill.
There's a wolf, come quick.
But the farmer never came because he thought it was a game, and that sure was a shame.
But it's a wolf. Oh, no.
The wolf took all the farmer's sheep away.
Bye-bye.
The wolf took all the farmer's sheep away.
Bye-bye.
Every lamb and every ewe, there was nothing Bob could do. The wolf took all the farmer's sheep away.
Toodaloo. I'm sorry, Mr. Farmer, I was wrong.
Good boy.
I'm sorry, Mr. Farmer, I was wrong.
Good boy.
I promise I will try to never tell a lie.
And he never ever told a lie again.
The end. I'm sorry, Holly and Ollie. I won't ever try to trick you again.
What do you think the kids are up to?
I'm not sure, but they sure are excited.
They said to be in the living room at 3 o'clock.
It's almost time. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, please sit back and enjoy our presentation of a famous old story. The tortoise, hello, and the hare, hello. Ready, Ollie?
Ready. Ready, Holly?
Ready. Ready, Dewey? Ready. Let's go! One day a rude hare, feeling boastful and proud, said to the tortoise in a voice very loud, "You are enormous and heavy and slow. You crawl and you waddle wherever you go." The tortoise said, "Hare, that might be quite true. I'm slow, but I think I'm more steady than you." "Who needs to be steady?" Hare said with a giggle. like lightning right over the hill. He ran and he ran without breaking a sweat.
I'll beat that old tortoise by hours, I bet.
Meanwhile, the tortoise moved steady and slow, because that was exactly how fast she could go.
That tortoise was stubborn, that tortoise was tough.
I'll never give up. The hare found a carrot patch by a cool lake.
I guess it won't hurt if I take a short break.
He plucked out a carrot to munch by the shore, and after he ate, he started to snore. Meanwhile, the tortoise continued to waddle.
I must not delay, and I must not dawdle. The road it was long and the road it was tough. I'll never give up.
And little by little, and later that day,
The tortoise caught up to where the hare lay.
the hare snored so loud that it made Tortoise giggle.
And as she trudged by, her little tail wiggled.
And to her surprise, when she came round the bend,
She saw that she almost had come to the end.
the crowd at the finish line made such a roar that the hare came awake in the midst of a snore.
Up jumped the hare. Oh no, this can't be. The tortoise will get to the end before me.
The hare ran as fast as a speedy hare could,
But it was too late. Oh, this is not good.
the tortoise crossed over the race finish line. She beat the hare by 1 second of time.
When things are hard and the going gets tough,
Don't ever, no never, don't ever give up.
Once upon a time, there lived. Come on, follow me.
This is the story of a boy named Jack, who lived with his mother in a little old shack. They once had a goose who laid gold eggs, which a giant stole. Now they had to beg.
Now they had to beg.
We need to buy some food somehow. Jack, we'll have to sell our cow.
I'll do it, Mama. Please don't you worry.
It's a long way to market, so you'd better hurry.
Run, Jack, run.
That's the prettiest cow I've ever seen. I'll buy her for 5 magic beans.
Jack showed Mama when he got back home.
I shouldn't have sent you out alone.
No, no, no.
Mama threw the beans right out the door. Now they were poorer than they were before. They went to bed, and what do you know? Those magic beans began to grow.
Grow, grow, grow.
Out from the ground a beanstalk grew, up to the clouds and then straight through. Mama, look, it's a giant vine. Jack jumped on the stalk and began to climb.
Climb, Jack, climb.
He climbed higher and higher and higher. He was so excited he never got tired. When he got to the top, he found a road that was paved with solid gold.
Gold, gold, gold.
I've never seen a castle so tall. He slipped through a hole that was in the wall. This castle isn't cozy or warm or merry. This castle is dark and cold and scary.
No, no, no.
Just then, from the end of the big, big room came a huge, huge voice. It began to boom.
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell a boy, by gosh, by gum.
Run, Jack, run.
It was the very same giant who stole their goose. Jack wanted to run, but it wasn't any use. He was so afraid he couldn't move his legs till he saw the goose who laid gold eggs.
Well, well, well.
Well, well, well.
They shared the gold with all their friends and never saw that giant again. The house was always filled with laughter, and they all lived happily ever after.
That's the end.
Mom, can you read me a story?
Are you sure, Dewey? You look very sleepy to me.
No, I'm not. I'm just resting my eyes.
Well, all right then. How about this one, Dewey? Little Red Riding Hood.
Yes, please.
Little Red Riding Hood phoned her granny, phoned her granny, phoned her granny. Granny said, I don't feel well. Would you please come today? Little Red went right away, right away, right away. Down the forest path she went, but then she met a wolf.
Little girl, how do you do? How do you do? How do you do?
I'm sorry, Wolf. I cannot stop. I'm gonna go see my granny.
Little Red Riding Hood ran away, ran away, ran away. But that wolf knew a shorter way to get to Granny's faster. The wolf put Granny under the bed, under the bed, under the bed.
Don't say a word.
That bad wolf said, and he put on Granny's nightie. Little Red Riding Hood knocked on the door, on the door, on the door.
Can I come in, Granny?
Come in, my dear. And don't forget that basket.
My, what great big ears you have. Ears you have, ears you have. Granny, what great big ears you have.
The better to hear you with.
He said,
My, what great big eyes you have. Eyes you have, eyes you have. Granny, what great big eyes you have.
The better to see you with.
he said,
My, what great big teeth you have. Teeth you have, teeth you have. Granny, what great big teeth you have.
The better to eat you with.
he said. Up he jumped and she jumped back. She jumped back, she jumped back. Up he jumped and she jumped back and hid behind the table. Then out popped Granny and she was mad. She was mad, she was mad. She chased him with a broom she had. She chased him around the room. Out you go, wolf, shoo, shoo, shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Out you go, wolf, shoo, shoo, shoo. And don't you ever come back. I feel much better, Granny said. Granny said, Granny said, I feel much better.
So do I.
And now let's have a picnic. The wolf was never seen again, seen again, seen again. And that is how the story ends. Now go to sleep, my Dewey. Mwah. Good night, Dewey.
On a mountain lived together, together, together. On a mountain lived together 3 billy goats, Gruff, Billy the little, and Billy the middle.
And Billy the biggest.
3 billy goats, Gruff. By the mountain was a river, a river, a river. By the mountain was a river which they wanted to cross.
Who wants to go first?
I want to
go first.
Can I go first?
Said little Billy Goat Gruff.
Yay!
He trotted to the river, the river, the river. He trotted to the river and he jumped on the bridge.
Clippity, cloppity, hippity, hoppity.
But then he was stopped by a big bad troll.
Who's clippity-clopping and hippity-hopping? Who's clip-clopping all over my bridge?
I'm Billy the little goat Gruff.
Before I get thinner, I'll eat you for dinner.
Would this be the end for the little goat Gruff?
Oh, please, Mr. Troll. I'm just Billy the little goat Gruff. Why don't you wait for my older brother? He's much bigger and tastier than I am, and fatter too.
Yum! Be off with you and hurry up. I'll wait for Billy the middle goat Gruff.
Billy, the middle, the middle, the middle went down to the river and he jumped on the bridge.
Clippity, cloppity, hippity, hoppity.
But then he was stopped by a big bad troll.
Who's clippity-clopping and hippity-hopping? Who's clip-clopping all over my bridge?
I'm Billy the middle goat Gruff.
Before I get thinner, I'll eat you for dinner.
Would this be the end for the middle goat Gruff?
Oh, please, Mr. Troll. I'm just Billy the middle goat Gruff. Why don't you wait for my older brother? He's much bigger and tastier than I am, and fatter too.
Yum! Be off with you and hurry up. I'll wait for Billy the biggest goat Gruff.
Billy, the biggest, the biggest, the biggest, went down to the river and he jumped on the bridge.
Clippity-cloppity, hippity-hoppity.
But then he was stopped by a big bad troll.
Who's clippity-clopping and hippity-hopping? Who's clip-clopping all over my bridge?
I'm Billy the Biggie Goat Gruff.
Before I get thinner, I'll eat you for dinner.
Would this be the end for the biggest goat Gruff?
I don't think so, Mr. Troll.
Billy, the biggest, backed up. He put his head down and charged at the troll. He sent the troll sailing, flapping, and flailing. The troll, he went sailing right over the moon. Happily ever after, happily ever after lived the Billy Goats Gruff.
Billy the little, and Billy the middle.
And Billy the biggest.
3 Billy Goats Gruff.
Ollie, could you dry the dishes for me?
Sorry, Mom. I'm going out to play.
Ollie, could you help us out here?
Sorry, guys, but I'm on my way to the park.
Ollie, can you help me here with the leaves?
Sorry, Dad, but I'm going to play with friends.
One moment, my little grasshopper.
Grasshopper?
Ollie, let me tell you a little story. The ants went planting in the month of May, working hard in the sun all day. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
No, not today.
The ants went weeding in the month of June. Every morning and afternoon, a little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
First I'll fiddle a tune.
The ants went digging in the month of July. When it was wet and when it was dry, a little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
Sorry, I must fly.
This was busy for the ants. They had no time to play or dance. The little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
No, not a chance.
In September the ants cut hay, working hard the livelong day. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
What? Me? No way.
In October it was time to pick.
A storm is coming! Quick, quick, quick!
A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
Maybe in a little bit.
In November they worked all day, storing all the veggies away. A little ant asked the grasshopper,
Can you help?
The grasshopper said,
I'd rather play.
In December the work was done. The ants had parties and lots of fun. The grasshopper asked,
Can I come in?
The ants weren't sure. They all said,
We asked for help the whole year long, but you just played and fiddled your
A
song.
little ant asked the grasshopper,
What's that, right?
The grasshopper said,
No, that was wrong. Will you help us work next year? Yes, I promise. Don't you
A
fear.
little ant asked the grasshopper,
Please come in and play us a tune on your mandolin. That was a good story, Mom. Thanks. I promise I'll be a better grasshopper next time.
Once there lived 3 grizzly bears in a house in the forest. Papa bear, mama bear, baby bear sat down to eat their porridge.
Ooh, much too hot.
Growled Papa bear, let's go walk in the forest. That's when Goldilocks came by, found their house in the thicket. Knock, 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 no answer, so Goldie entered the kitchen.
Smells good.
She grabbed a spoon, though she had no permission.
Papa Bear's porridge way too hot.
Mama bear's porridge way too cold.
Baby bear porridge just right, just right, just right.
After Goldie had her fill, she felt lazy and tired. In the living room she spied chairs of 3 different sizes. They looked quite inviting, so Goldie thought she'd try 'em.
Papa Bear's chair way too hard.
Mama bear's chair way too soft.
Baby bear's chair just right, just right, just right.
Just as Goldie settled in that chair, broke into pieces. Goldie went upstairs and found 3 nice beds she could sleep in. They looked quite inviting, so Papa's bed she creeped in.
Papa Bear's bed way too hard.
Mama bear's bed way too soft.
Baby bear's bed just right, just right, just right.
Goldilocks fell fast asleep. 3 bears came back home. Soon as they stepped in, they knew they were not alone.
Some
Someone's been eating my porridge.
Growled Papa. Someone's been eating my porridge, said Mama.
Someone's been eating my porridge.
Cried Baby.
And they ate it all up, ate it all up.
They walked into the living room, and what do you think they noticed?
Someone's been sitting in my chair.
Growled Papa. Someone's been sitting in my chair, said Mama.
Someone's been sitting in my chair.
Cried Baby.
And they broken it up, broken it up.
Upstairs in their bedroom now, what do you think they noticed?
Someone's been sleeping in my bed.
Growled Papa. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Mama.
Someone's been sleeping in my bed.
Cried Baby.
And there she is, there she is.
Goldilocks woke up and saw 3 brown bears staring at her. She screamed,
Help!
jumped out of bed and ran away with the clatter. Down the stairs and through the door, Goldie's gone forevermore. Our 3 bears, they scratched their heads, fixed the chair and made the beds, and sat down to eat their porridge. And that is the story of the 3 bears.
Yeah! Can you read us a story, Mom? Yeah, read us a story.
Okay, you two, snuggle in and close your eyes, and I'll read you the story of Little Red Riding Hood.
Yay!
Little Red Riding Hood went out one day.
Uh-huh.
She was going to Granny's far away. She followed a path through the deep dark woods to get to Granny's as quick as she could. A big bad wolf came into view. He raised his hat and said,
How do you do?
She said,
My granny is feeling ill. I'm bringing her cookies to make her well.
said Little Red Riding Hood,
I must run. I'm expected at Granny's at 1:30.
she said,
Good day.
and she walked away. But the big bad wolf knew a faster way. The big bad wolf came to Granny's house. And poor old Granny was all alone.
Granny, get in the cupboard.
That bad wolf said, then he put on her clothes and jumped into bed. Then in came Little Red Riding Hood.
Dear Granny, I came as quick as I could.
The wolf said,
Dear, come over here.
but the little girl knew something was weird.
Granny, what great big ears you have. Granny, what great big eyes you have. Granny, what great big teeth you have.
The wolf said,
Better to eat you with.
cried Little Red Riding Hood. And in ran a hunter who was in the woods. The hunter grabbed the wolf and he put him in a sack. And the big bad wolf, he never came back.
We're safe now, Granny.
The little girl said, and she helped Granny get back in bed. They ate the cookies happily, and that's the end of our story. my, I asked Huggy and Buggy to tidy their room before going out to play.
Those kids.
Do you know where they are?
I think I saw them in the backyard. I'll go find them, Jen.
Wow, it's so cool to look at all the little insects.
Yeah, the ants are my favorite.
My favorite is the grasshopper.
That reminds me of a story. And I think this might be a good time to tell it to you. The ants go plowing in the field.
Hi-ho, hi-ho,
The ants go plowing in the field.
hi-ho, hi-ho.
The ants go plowing in the field.
The grasshoppers do cartwheels.
And all they do is play while the ants work all day.
The ants go planting in the spring. Hi-ho, hi-ho. The ants go planting in the spring. Hi-ho, hi-ho. The ants go planting in the spring.
The grasshoppers don't do a thing.
And all they do is play while the ants work all day.
The ants go digging in the sun.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
The ants go digging in the sun.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
The ants go digging in the sun.
The grasshoppers dance for fun.
And all they do is play while the ants work all day.
The ants harvest in the fall.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
The ants harvest in the fall.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
The ants harvest in the fall.
The grasshoppers don't help at all. And all they do is play while the ants work all day. The ants go in when winter comes. Hi-ho, hi-ho. The ants go in when winter comes. Hi-ho, hi-ho. The ants go in when winter comes.
The grasshoppers don't have a crumb.
All they did was play while the ants worked all day. Whoa! The grasshoppers are cold and sad.
Oh no, oh no,
The grasshoppers are cold and sad.
oh no, oh no.
They never helped, they wished they had.
And now they feel really bad.
All they did was play while the ants worked all day. The ants invite them to come in.
Hi-ho, hi-ho,
The ants invite them to come in.
hi-ho, hi-ho.
The grasshopper said with a grin.
We'll never shirk our work again.
And the ants all shout, hooray!
Hooray, hooray,
Hooray!
hooray!
This is the story of the three little pigs. The three little pigs. The three little pigs. This is the story of the three little pigs. Once upon a time. The three little pigs had three little homes, all in a row, all in a row. The three little pigs had three little homes, once upon a time.
My house is made of straw.
My house is made of sticks.
can't do that, can't do that.
said the policeman.
You can't do that. No, 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 no.
And that was the story of the three little pigs, the three little pigs, the three little pigs. And that was the story of the three little pigs, once upon a time.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time.
Silly pig.
Mom, what's that word?
That says tortoise, Huggy.
What's a tortoise?
A tortoise is a very big turtle.
And what's a hare?
A hare is a kind of rabbit.
Why don't they just call the story The Turtle and the Rabbit?
Well, that's a very good question.
Can we just read the story?
All right, then. One day, the hare was teasing her friend, the tortoise, and she wasn't being very nice. The boastful hare could run really, really fast, but the kind old tortoise was very, very slow.
To be so slow, it must be sad. It must be very, very bad.
The tortoise, he got pretty mad the day of the big, big race.
Well, let's have a race.
Said he,
You're too slow, you can't beat me.
I can.
You can't.
Well, let's just see.
the day of the big, big race. Piggy said go, the hare he flew over the hill and out of view. It looked like tortoise was stuck in glue the day of the big, big race. The hare, she laughed.
Ho, ho, ho. That old tortoise is slow, slow, slow. I can't be beaten. No, no, no.
The day of the big, big race. Poor old tortoise, sure enough, moved so slow and huffed and puffed. He was tired, but he was tough the day of the big, big race.
I am miles and miles ahead. I think I'll take a nap.
She said in a carrot patch she made a bed the day of the big, big race.
Just 5 minutes, not a minute more.
And it wasn't long before the boastful hare began to snore the day of the big, big race. Slow old tortoise trudged along, whistling a happy song. He was slow, but he was strong the day of the big, big race.
I won't give up. No, no, no.
His confidence began to grow
Come on, legs. Let's go, go, go.
the day of the big, big race. Even when the hill was steep, still he climbed and still he creeped, and still the hare was fast asleep the day of the big, big race. Finally he passed the hare, fast asleep and unaware.
The finish line. I'm almost there.
The day of the big, big race. The crowd began to cheer and cheer, and slowly tortoise he drew near. The hare awoke and said,
Oh dear.
the day of the big, big race. The hare began to run and run.
Oh no, what have I done?
Hooray! The slow old tortoise won the day of the big, big race. The lesson here is plain to see. Whether slow or fast you be, if you work hard, you will succeed.
The day of the big, big race.
The day of the big, big race.
There once lived an emperor, and a silly old king was he. He looked in the mirror all day long. He was vain as he could be. He was vain as he could be. the silly old king for a great big bag of gold. For a great big bag of gold.
Dear king, we'll make you magic clothes, the finest there can be,
with magic cloth and magic thread, which only fools can't see.
which only fools can't see.
I'm no fool,
said the emperor.
How much must I pay?
1 bag of gold.
The tailor said,
Please make them right away. Please make them right away.
They took the gold and they went to work, pretending to make the clothes. They pretended to cut, they pretended to weave, and they pretended to sew. And they pretended to sew.
Your clothes are ready.
The tailor said,
Can you see the pretty design?
I'm no fool,
said the emperor.
Those clothes look mighty fine. Those clothes look mighty fine.
Good king, you must show the whole town the new clothes we have made.
Oh yes, I will.
said the emperor.
We'll have a royal parade. We'll have a royal parade.
The herald blew a trumpet.
Good people, listen to me. Your emperor is dressed in clothes which only fools can't see. Which only fools can't see.
And so began the grand parade. Oh, hear the trumpets blare, and see the silly emperor in just his underwear. In just his underwear. The people looked, the people stared, once and twice and thrice.
We're not fools.
The people said,
Those clothes look mighty nice. Those clothes look mighty nice.
People all applauded as the emperor walked by.
But he's not wearing any clothes.
A little child did cry. A little child did cry. The people looked again and saw that this was very true. And everyone began to point. The laughter grew and grew. The laughter grew and grew. The emperor looked down and saw he was naked as he could be.
Oh no!
And the poor old king knew all at once what a silly fool was he. What a silly fool was he.
Oh, dearie me.